Alright, give it a few more minutes and I'm gonna go ahead and start this live. Let's see what's going on. I love this video. Some sort of conflict because you love yourself, alright? That needs to be made when it comes to love, harmony, relationship choices, and partnerships and union. Okay, let's see. Alright, what is going on? What's going on? My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. Alright, we're going to see what's going on in your energy when it comes to gifts. Alright, when it comes to gifts. Alright, let's see. Alright, so a lot of things are intensifying. Alright, sight, smell. Alright, let's see. Alright, Spirit. What is the gift that is coming in? Transformation, alchemist, manifestation. Alright, change. Your ability to change something. Your persuasion, glamour. You have a natural glamour magic, natural. I wonder what is it called when it's the Medusa energy when it comes to masculine energy. All right, you have the ability to suck motherfucker in and deplete them if necessary. All right, faith and wisdom. All right, I think your biggest superpower or your biggest gift is your restraint. The willingness to hold, not say shit. All right, we forget about powers like that. All right, slow it down. All right, let's see. You have the gift to slow time down. That's a wonderful gift to have. All right. These things that I'm mentioning, look into these things. All right, there's different ways that you could do this. All right, I know how to speed time up. All right, I'm not saying I don't know how to speed time down. I've never really tried to because I've always wanted to speed that motherfucker up. All right, so there is some one-word spells, so you might be good at one-word spells. Chanting is here. All right, so you're going to look into chanting, one-word spells. All right. This will also help for chanting over your life as well because there's something about that authority. All right, 22 is significant. All right, justice. Your energy brings justice. You can bring justice to any situation just by calling justice. All right, you have to be disciplined in order to call judgment on people. All right, you just ain't out here just doing shit. All right, it has to be a probable cause. All right, wholeness is here. Take lead. All right, yeah. So it's almost okay. You give karma out here. All right, so you're gonna find yourself being in rooms with people, and all right, they were just supposed to meet you. It was just your energy. All right, Spirit say cut your losses. All right, seek healing and courage. You have so cutting cords or physically cutting cords. All right, you might have a cord cutting gift. Maybe something you need to look into. All right. I think you should take a look at self-healing rituals. All right. Self-healing rituals. Also, you should take a look at self-love, like rituals to enhance things about yourself, all right? To enhance how you feel about yourself, because that's going to bring in the manifestations. If you are already a master manifesting, all right, energy work. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Spirit. Energy work. I was just talking to my son about this. I just feel like men do other gifts. I don't want to say better, but my son is a great manifester. He is very good with the burn and release. The burn and release. I've been teaching him how to do it. So he knows how to do a burn and release. He knows what to call in. All right. He knows what to call in. Symbols instead of words. All right, symbols instead of words. So there's something about symbols. You're gonna start to see symbols all the time. All right, it's something about symbols. All right, and you writing them. All right, processing your feelings. Ooh. All right, you gotta watch your emotions. Watch your feelings. Watch how you process them. All right, because there's something about your feelings. What? That's not what that is. That's not what that is, but I can hear you. That's funny. That's not what that is. What you friends for? I was like, just throw it over there. You funny. I was like, what? I was like, not just sounding like Elvis in this bitch. Yeah, shut up. All right, celebration is here. Celebration is here. All right, your ancestors are celebrating you at this time because you're getting ready to walk on a brand new journey. All right, you're gonna be receiving a lot of downloads. All right, if you don't have a journal book, get it. All right, and embrace uncertainty. All right, because God's gonna show you about signs. All right. God's going to show you something about signs. All right, and following the moon, look up moon cycles. All right. I'm not sure which moon cycle it is right now, but I'm going to see, can I find a cheat code? Look up moon cycles and what you should be doing during moon cycles. Just type in what you should be doing during each moon cycle. You're going to find out that if you follow that, things will run so smooth for you. All right, protection is here. The knowledge that you're learning is protected because somebody could be trying to see what it is that you know. Cloaking your energy. You may be good at cloaking your energy and you don't even know it. All right, go for it. Spirit said go down that rabbit hole. Protection. When I was talking about them, those rituals as well, spiritual protection. All right. It's so many avenues because there's so many ancestors around you wanting you to do this, wanting you to do that, and they're willing to give you what you need in order to be able to do it. But take a breath. Higher power is here. All right, and protection. You're gonna start smelling shit. You're going to start tasting shit. Like, it's going to be weird. You're going to be tasting shit, and it's going to give you a nostalgic feeling. Not only is it going to give you a nostalgic feeling, but it's going to take you back to a place, and it's taking you back to a place for a reason. All right, so signs and synchronicities. I don't even know what you call it when something takes you back to a certain place and time. All right, but it's something that you need to be remembering. It's something that happened around that time. All right, stability and equilibrium. All right, you have the ability to call in stability, prosperity. You got the ability to call in stability, prosperity. All right, your energy work, energy work, calling in finances. All right, courage is here. It's you not being afraid of anything. All right, fruitfulness. Clear your energy. All right, so spirit is just wanting you. I heard spiritual hygiene because do nothing is here. Spirit is literally going to load everything. It's almost like, you know, when Apple do that annoying ass update. You're gonna be receiving updates like that. You're going to be receiving updates like that. All right, 44 is significant transformation. It's protected. Prosperity is here. It's something about you calling in money at a fast rate. You're finna see something. God is finna show you what you can do. All right, you're finna be able to put your hands on it. All right, righteousness is here. You're going to be able to put your hands on this. You're going to be able to celebrate. The truth is coming out. You're going to be able to process your feelings. All right. You're going to see that you didn't have certain feelings for no reason. All right. Truth is here. You're going to, signs of synchronicity. Your body is up. Your spidey senses is enhancing. It's like spirit is activating something all at once because it goes hand in hand. Avoid drama. Avoid drama at this time because it's almost like spirit is doing a soft upgrade. All right, release blockages. All right, transmuting energy. You need to look into transmuting energy as well. You have the ability to transmute energy. All right, you got the ability to do that. Love is here. Love. Somebody can say you some bullshit. You can transmute that shit to love. And you transmuting that shit to love is going to open your heart. And it's going to bring them blessings right on in. Hey, shine bright. All right, focus is here. And truth. All right, spirit wants you to focus. Supposed to get a donation from this one. This is an unlimited. And no. I think I'm short like 20. I'm short like 20. But God will make a way. I'm not giving a fuck. Okay? Completeness is here. Alright. And take the lead. Change your tune. I'm just going to do what Spirit told me to do. I'm literally just moving along. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Me getting what I need. Yeah. Take a risk. As a chosen one, spirit be out here having you take all types of motherfucking risks. Alright? And spirit be like, but did you die? Confirmation. Did you die? I mean, I died 1,000 times. So death is really nothing now. You see what I'm saying? Renewal. Then died 1,000 times. You have the ability to bring yourself back, but you also have the ability to bring others back. All right, where they need to be. All right, face your fears. You have this way with talking to people. All right, allowing them to overlook their fears. All right, so it's something about your speaking. You have a lot of authority in your voice. All right, it's time for you to start using it. Damn, and communicate. Pop right on. Where the fuck is that shit at? And communicate. It's popping on out. Truth is here. Communicate the truth. Ooh. Spirit said if you start speaking, shit will start flowing. Alright, if you start speaking, shit will start flowing. Or maybe it's already happening. Meditation. Alright, it's something like, you know, I get on here sometimes, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say, and I get on here and I just start talking. And all of this information comes out and I don't know where it be coming from. Releasing. Enlightening. God releases information to you and you're using that shit to enlighten people. What's going on, love? Girl, why the fuck I did your video, ended the live, and that shit said error. And I'm so glad something said, if you don't record that shit on motherfucking TikTok, and I only did your video, so it ain't gonna be no long ass video. And I'm just looking like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? So I've been starting this shit over because YouTube been on one. All right, focus and stability. All right. It's something about your concentration on whatever it is that you're doing. Wait a fucking minute. Oh my God, I just seen this on this card. Bruh, is she giving that motherfucking cow fellatio? I just noticed this shit on this motherfucking card. Bruh. Look at it right there. I never even noticed that on that fucking card. That's disgusting. Oh, Lord. Because why did I see that? I don't even want to begin to understand that shit. I don't even want to even speak. I don't even want to seek no understanding in that. Because what? I mean, I know it's a part of culture's ritual, but it ain't part of mine. It is definitely not part of mine. Because what? Ooh, shit. That's the darkness. That's the... Because, Spirit, why you let me see that? I done had these cards for a good goddamn long ass time. And now that's gonna fuck me up every time I... That wasn't where that was though. She milking it alright. But it was not from... It wasn't from there. It wasn't from, you know, where it's supposed to come from. Lord, I need to look at these motherfucking cards because I know another way to read these cards now. Let me find out how they doing animal sacrifices. Doing nasty ass, I ain't gonna say nasty ass, but doing crazy ass motherfucking... Was it from... No, it wasn't. It was... No. And what's so crazy, I was flipping through, oh my God, TikTok last night. This is why I don't be flipping through TikTok, because they be selling shit. And literally, this lady was selling, it looked like a cow, it looked like a cow thing, and testicles. And I'm looking like, what in the fuck? And she gutted that motherfucker. I say, what is going on? The shit that they be going on motherfucking TikTok at night. Okay, from a man dressing the fuck up, if you know what I mean. From wig selling. I'm so sick of bitches selling wigs. I'm so sick of seeing wig selling ass bitches. Alright, they selling meat on this motherfucker. They selling food on this motherfucker. Nobody can pay me to buy no food from off of TikTok. Because who house this shit coming from? Change. Alright, you got the ability to change some shit. Alright? You got the ability to change whatever. Like, you have the ability to tear some shit down and start over and create that shit in the way that you want it. And it don't matter how many times you do it. All right, death and rebirth. You have that energy. Oh, at nighttime, it gets heavy. It gets heavy. They be selling more than that on this motherfucker. I say, y'all worrying about me cussing. All right, forgiveness. Forgiveness might be a superpower because that shit is real. What's going on, love? Transformation is here, and it's meant to be, all right? So you are transforming into the person that you're supposed to be, all right? But I really think that your voice, something about your voice, all right, it gives people hope. So you have this thing with speaking into existence. You need to try that shit. Try speaking the same thing for an entire week. All right, and see the outcome. Don't speak nothing else but that one particular thing. You're gonna write down how fast this shit is happening because something might scare your ass. All right, knowledge. Look up. Let's see. So we gonna protection rituals. All right. Love rituals for self. All right. Everything that we're doing is for self. All right. Cleansing your energy. Learn how to do that more. All right. Being that motherfuckers is all in your energy. All right. All the goddamn time. So we're gonna clear out your energy, and that way nobody can't really won't nobody know what the fuck you got going on. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? Let's see, spirit, that you want to tell him. Let's see. Give me something about a. We'll do it out of here. All right, it's time to release the negativity. All right, because you got shit coming in called soul gifts and training. It's time to step it up. All right, God is getting ready to put some more gifts on you. This is basically what this fucking whole read is about. All right, your soul gifts and your training. All right, a new start is coming. Pleasure is here. Look up. How can I say this? Manifestations. All right, it's sexual. Manifestations. All right, collaboration is here as well. All right, be careful who you're doing it with because you can manifest the things that you want into their life. It has to be with a person that you are building with. All right, prosperity lies ahead and communication is coming in. All right, God finna show you what your gifts do. What is it that you need to release? All right, release anything that is in the way. Release anything that stops you from moving forward. There's a partnership here, collaboration. You getting ready to come together with somebody. You could be spending a lot of alone time right now. It's because God is building you strong, building you up. All right. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Be bold and make the first move. All right, bring love into the situation and spend time with animals or something that's significant about animals being in nature. All right, the answers that you need are coming, and the last card to pop out was abundance. All right, so you got the ability. I'm hearing alchemist. All right, you got the ability to manifest money, so you need to look in. Something is getting stronger. Abundance came out again. Something is getting stronger when it comes to your abundance. All right, and Spirit wants you to make sure that you're checking on your health as well. All right, and that is your read. Is there anybody else who wants to read over here on YouTube? Is there anybody else who wants to read on YouTube? My daughter texted me to tell me he was online. So I said, hey, girl. Does anybody want a read before I go over here on YouTube? Where's she at work? If I told you once, I told you twice. I can see it in your eyes. I'm all cried out, nothing to say. They don't feel it to me. I can always see their heart belongs to me. Shauna, you heard that man